She had that smug clipboard clutched in her perfectly manicured hands, those fancy stilettos clicking on the pavement like she owned the whole damn world, and a solid 8 years of lording over the neighborhood like some self-appointed queen. But what she didn't have, not even a clue about, was the real power lurking right under her nose, waiting to flip her entire empire upside down. Karen Blackwell stood there in my driveway on that crisp Wednesday morning, thrusting a violation ticket at me like it was a golden ticket to her personal hell, demanding a whopping $600 extra every month just for daring to park my work rigs on my own land. The sheer nerve of it hitting me like a cold splash of reality, making my blood simmer quietly beneath the surface. These HOA overlords. They think they can dictate every breath you take, every move you make, while their own backyards hide a mess of contradictions, like her husband's oversized camper squatting in their yard like a who's been stepping on you like you're dirt, because that's exactly what unfolded here, and the payback was so gloriously satisfying it's still whispered about in San Diego County like a legend, passed down through the ages. Let me set the scene for you, pull you right into the heart of this storm, because it all kicked off with me, Alex Rivera, 54 years young, running Rivera Construction, and me pushing it to a $2.8 million powerhouse with 18 loyal crew members keeping the wheels turning. About 7 months back, I clawed my way through a divorce that felt like getting carved up with. In Oakwood Estates for $520,000, all cash, the kind of spot where the air smells like fresh-cut grass and weekend barbecues, with hints of lavender weaving through white lattice fences. And I dumped another 35 grand into the yard because if you're going to do it right, make it last. My 4 work vehicles, a heavy-duty mixer, a dump truck, a crew hauler, and a utility van, lined up into an apple only to find a razor inside, disguised as neighborly charm. Imagine a 60-year-old ex-insurance exec who'd reigned as HOA chair for 8 unchallenged years. She lorded over the blocks. Showpiece, a sprawling Victorian that screamed $900,000 and looked straight out of a real estate ad. This lady who patrolled lawns with a tape measure and toted a binder on her dawn patrols. Everything fine on the surface. I kept my place spotless, magazine cover ready, lent a hand to sweet old Mrs. Ellis down the way with her shopping bags, even patched her crumbling sidewalk gratis. November, doorbell chimes at 7:45 a.m. A postal worker hands me a registered envelope heavy with dread. The sheet inside screamed breach alert in glaring crimson, industrial rigs clashing with our upscale vibe, dragging down home values, comply now or face mounting sanctions. And here's the kicker. Karen insisted on a $600 monthly visual disturbance charge or haul my vehicles away altogether. $600 for using my paid-for property as I saw fit, me who owned it free and clear. That night, I pored over the HOA charter 3 times, cover to cover, not a whisper about banning work trucks. Blackwell, I've combed the charter, no ban on utility vehicles. The council holds power to enact fresh policies for the greater good. Your heavy machinery doesn't fit a family zone. 4 of 9 directors. The space reeked of lavender diffusers and brewing panic, for what they plotted was flat-out unlawful. Appreciate your presence, Mr. Rivera, Karen purred, easing into her plush armchair like a budget empress. We're here to resolve the machinery issue. I whipped out my device and hit record. This gathering breaks protocol, needing 10-day warning. Karen's smirk soured. Milk. Crises permit rushed agendas. What crisis? My rigs have sat there months. That's when Ron chimed in as mediator. Hey, Alex, we're safeguarding equity, perhaps a compromise. The panel has. Dodging gazes. Perfect. A covert ballot in a bogus session for a void policy. These amateurs must have ditched class on HOA regs in their power grab academy. From my split, I'd grasped charters as binding pacts. An uneven rule application shreds fairness doctrines that judges love to shred right back. That weekend, my sleuthing rivaled the gumshoes. Turns out Karen's kid, Ethan, owns Blackwell. Yard care, stashing his rig, giant clippers, and toxin vats overnight locally thrice weekly, not job stops, full storage. Meanwhile, her spouse Harold kept a 40-foot camper and ski boat rig rooted in armor. I'd roped in Mrs. Ellis and pal Tom Whitaker as observers, caused this takedown craved spectators. Prior to your rig gripes, I declared, rising with my proof pack, let's tackle inconsistent trailers, and toys somehow off Karen's radar. The quiet thickened like fog you could slice. Ron winced like dental dread, and Susan's fidgeting echoed a frantic bird. This is personal persecution. I pressed. You've crafted edicts to hound me while sparing kin and pals. Karen's complexion rivaled a tomato. Those are unique cases. How so? Mr. Blackwell's camper predates under old provisions. Factory grade. Your kid's 600-gallon poison rig isn't factory grade. Tom Whitaker flagged his arm schoolroom style. When did these legacy rules start? Ron squirmed like pins pricked. Not officially noted. So they're fiction, I cut in. You're inventing loopholes live. Karen bolted upright like launched. This session concerns Mr. Rivera's defiance, not panel legitimacy. Susan's frantic taps. Ron eyed the tiles like escape hatch. Ms. Blackwell, I savored. Either apply evenly or confess sham. But no shakedown for sins the block shares. Karen's poise splintered like. Clipboard guy in a helmet. Her old buddy from zoning, by their cozy chat. The breeze carried fresh tar whiffs and looming red tape war. Unnamed tips on racket and hazards. She crowed with feline smugness. This checker seemed reluctant as a root canal patient. Likely caused tagging along with the accuser kills neutrality pretense. I observed this sap circle my grounds 25 minutes. Gauging offsets, verifying licenses, snapping pics like crime scene cataloging. Karen trailed, jabbing at my rigs, murmuring hints that smacked of witness tampering. The mixed dust itched my nostrils. Awaiting judgment. Done, the guy grinned, clasped my palm. Stellar setup. Mr. Rivera, your slab beats code. Vehicles legit, upkeep top-notch, 0 infractions. Karen's mug shifted hues like a chameleon in chaos. But she pressed on with games. 3 days on, a sealed note from the builder's board hits. Anonymous gripes on unlicensed ops from home base. Hoarding dangers, zoning breaches. My finance was pal Chris Ellis. Mrs. Ellis Keene's son, schooled me on asset hunts from my breakup, and the hall made her bullying seem rookie. She'd declared insolvency 4 years prior. Remortgaged her pad thrice in 2 years. Her score flagged worse than a parade of warnings. Most damning, a trend that spiked my pulse. She'd zeroed in on certain owners with citations. And each dumped their digs under value within half a year. This transcended my rigs. Karen orchestrated a bully blitz to oust blue-collar kin, ushering in ritzy types. In my trade years, I'd learned directors bear trust duties to all, can't weaponize roles for grudges without courts slapping hefty payouts on the wrong. Her warnings mirrored stencils, hits aimed at like groups. She pushed a surprise levy for upscale upgrades, $6,000 per home for polish and prestige. At the hall pitch, bulbs buzzed like irked hornets as she stressed upholding elite norms to draw superior. Mr. Rivera, this ends if you sensible up on your rig mess. I recorded openly. Define sensible. Her gaze shards in lamplight. A fair shift cost cover, say $60,000. The sum gut punched like a mallet. There, shakedown snared digitally. Karen had gifted burial ammo deeper than a drain base. The hood splintered quicker than slab in quakes. Earners rallied in Tom's shed while Karen's crew formed her prestige squad. Mrs. Ellis whispered. Karen nudged her toward assisted spots with aid. For more clans got seizure warnings on fake faults. Tom dinged for his Tykes bikes garaged wrong. Elite havens. In a snap session, the room stank Java and schemes as Karen flashed pamphlets of revamped visions with posh flats and luxe perks. She spun selling shared lands for polish cash. Skipping Harold's 6-month shadow gig for elite, fees sinking their loans. I spotted Harold's side hustle via ledgers, but let Karen dig her pit. Sometimes smartest is eyeing rival base cracks. Pre-call-out. Tom Whitaker, ex-reporter, chronicled Karen's shadow meets with elite reps, plating tags, timing drops. Our probe bared a buyout blueprint hitting stressed lots cheap, then hood overhaul. Flouts, claiming bar on my clients from lanes. When the Johnsons booked me for slab swap, Karen staked like spy, snapping rig paths, clocking pours with timer zeal. She hunted my hires, accusing aid to norm breakers. Seeing Karen cow 50,000-pound pourers was like flea-herding lions with false hopes. Karen's doomsday play bared her aims crystal. She slapped leans on 6 pads. For dubious sins. In ramp-up, I sleuthed pro-level. Laura urged full HOA dumps under state opens, Files packed dynamite over a blast stock. Karen funneled dues to private suits, masking insolvency. Counsel as ops advice. Reserve pots for fixes drained to unmarked spins matching her crises. The clincher surfaced in mails between Karen and elite plotting resident tweaks, ousting tough current folk. One flagged earners and diverse clans mismatching revamp image. Reading reeked bias stronger than seal vapors. Mrs. Ellis wept sharing Karen's push for unfit bids, claiming seniors need pro care over solohood life. Tom logged toy harangue as decay agents. Emily Hayes, solo mom teacher, endured laser hits for modest sedan over luxe fits. Our hood cracked swifter than bad mix and frost. Karen's fans, rich idlers and palaces, built her image league while earners held covert revolts like rebel cells. Values tanked from turmoil, feeding Karen's distress sale plot for conspire buds. For extra clans seizure menaced, sparking press on hood strife. Karen lapped spotlight like campaigner, posing as value sentinel versus trade incursions. She lawn-hosted chats by Harold's band. Camper, slamming my rigs for vibe kill. Double deal denser than damp mix, twice glaring. But while Karen glowed in despot glow, I mined files to nuke her base. A deed quirk Karen botched checking. A find to swap hunter prey quicker than rig unload, crumbling Karen's realm to dust. The bomb drop hit a stormy Friday eve at recorders, air thick with moat dances in harsh glow and aged paper. She breathed, ditching poise. Grasp your gold mine? I peered at jargon maze. Spill for suspense kills. Her digit stabbed, keys buried deep. Your spot holds Orig builder veto from hood birth. Rights pass with title auto. The bolt struck chest like hammer blow. I veto Karen's edicts. Laura's beam could have lit the joint. More than, per charter, builder OK's all fresh rules, levies. Years back, estate dumped my pad with full builder perks. Prior owner overlooked or shrugged. But all mine now. I'd packed nukes while Karen swung foam bats. Laura sketched my powers with glee barely. Leashed. Builder claims 51% vote sway in HOA. Boot directors, 45-day warn. Override unsanctioned rules. And Cherry, claim harms from fake acts. Victory flavor sweeter than dust post flawless pour. We could crush now, Laura added, but wait amps fallout. Let her deepen hole as we log. Public builder reveal. Mind shatter. Each edict, ticket, menace turns board scam proof. Maybe jail bait. I pondered Mrs. Ellis' unfit threats. Tom toy hounds. Emily Carr shames. Karen Queen played unaware I own board. Figs, table. Irony flawless as level base. She'd exiled try on someone with Supreme. Hunt season shut eternal. The follow-up phase mirrored gearing a dream crew for career's sweetest wreck job. Sunday morn my counter turned HQ. Brew percolating as legals sprawled like demo plans. Keys rattled like rapid-fire cross-checking dates to her filings. Key tip from Chris, every owner should ink. HOA must keep deep books like journals and checks. Legal peak rights for hidden. Tom detailed calibrating lenses. Karen's bias web, so blatant blind justice convicts. Printer hum churned sheets like wind slots. Emily Hayes stepped as hood tutor, skills spreading rights unknown. Her log showed Karen pinpointing lone moms, seniors, earners. In plots, Emily sliced legalese like blade through foam. Karen's not just greedy, she's bias blitzing with HOA as blade. Emily's plan. Yard huddles like secret resists, clans swap terrors, learn defenses. Laura carved law path surgeon sharp. Builder writes nuke grade, but basics fortify. Sue for duty breach, uneven hits, fund abuse. Writes tramples. She'd cased kin where directors ate 7-digit hits for overreach and group hunts. Laura's damage beam echoed pro-hire smarts. Chris's probe nailed $52,000 shady shifts from. Reserves, Karen's suits masked as common advice. Log showed overpays to Ethan's yard firm 35% market plus, while real fixes nixed for tight funds. Bombshell, backhand deals with elite. Karen pocketing tips for hood chaos aiding redo plots. Our spy net spread past cash crimes to map Karen bully ways. Tom's shots caught uneven and stark. Ethan's gear night parked as my rigs persecuted. Daily. Harold's camper style flouting, she forced on others. Her rides over park caps, sand slap. We listed each hypocrisy, bias act, power misuse Karen racked and hood rang. Emily's covert huddles. Each tale ammoed our bias vault. Seeing clans bond was mixed setting, gradual, then iron. Meanwhile, I routine kept, secret prepping Karen's public fall. My firm served her despite her scares. Each gig-proof harvest. I logged Karen biz metal, client lane bans, higher threats. Each beefed case, Karen blind to mines under her base. Irony kept me up. Karen built her noose with each crime. Plan simple, elegant. Let dig till stuck, then blast public with max crowd, press. Karen months empire building, crafting her doom-proof. Hunter hunted, striding trap lured by hubris. Spiced victim weight. Karen's panic peaked atomic when bully failed. 2 weeks post-plots, seizure writ lands official as high court. Thick stock stank fear, pricey counsel as Karen vowed pad grab for. Piled hits, dues. Set proceedings next month, sure fiscal fear forces fold. What Karen missed. Each threat deepened her legal tomb. Sabotage crept termite sly, my rigs hit mysteries. Fuel sugared. Rubber sliced, paint gouged with leaf scrawls. Vandal reek clung drive like poison mist. Karen alibied visible during hits, timing patrols to my finds, feigning shock toddler-like with evidence. Face smeared, but rep assault direct. Anon BBB floods on botched jobs, theft, safety skips. Fake nets bashed overnight on disaster fakes. Rivera wrecked my path, basement flood. From worried owner 52. Cord like psyop to gut living via smear. Amid ramp, I stoic held like royal flush amid bluff panics. Crew sense strain but mirrored, treating Karen pokes like passing squalls. Mixer roars dawn. Anthem defiant. Overwhelming her heel clacks, mutter menaces. Tom's watch nabbed Karen ally cord damming. Lens caught yard nights dishing tasks to image crew. Susan noise call 9 a.m. starts. Ron snap my hires. Herald tail rigs, log traffic slips on pores. Plot military tight, twice trivial. Pressure cooker near burst when Karen seizure menaced, 4 more on laugh fake faults. Patel's dinged line dry for site pollute. Senior Mr. Lopez find aged rig parked own drive for trade brand. Karen hits absurd, clans traded tickets like cards, chuckling creative Harrises on earners. Press grabbed when Karen conference delete tie is sealed. Center reeked nerves, seats as she flashed renders of posh pads ousting ours. Dwellers first buy-ups, Karen sold snake oily. Not all meet new image though. Threat clear, bow or fiscal exile. Karen backers ditched like flood rats. Susan quiet quit post-fund probe learn. Ron found his rentals targeted, flipped instant. Closest queried her wild acts, cash drives. Support crash, symphony sweeter than synced mixers. But Karen God complex peaked declaring seizure on despite opposes, claiming panel trumps owner rights. For her good. She thought share equaled Gov C's pow. Karen crossed tyrant to mad ruler, statements multi-taped for suits. Snap, came Karen roadblocking my client's physical. Human barrier. Clipboard ready, ID demanding poor drivers, cop threat for trespass. Seeing 60-year ex-exec cow union haulers like push-challenging loco. Fun watch, fatal risk. Meanwhile prep finale like demo near. Boom. Laura county verified builder docs. Chris wrapped embezzle proof. Tom vid trove prosecutor tier. Hood primed Karen fall. Media tipped max splash. Filings ready instant. Karen months. Scaffold building. Execution neared swift as gravity concrete drop. Yearly HOA hit like doomsday. Center jammed 92 of 97 owners in 60 cap space. Chairs sardine squished. AC battled heat, tension. Sweat mingling wax scent. News rigs rear. Floods turning spectacle. Officer Ramirez door guarded for order, sensing blasts. Karen swept regal, heels precision march, power suit, binder bulletproof. Confidence impressive pre-shatter. Backers shrunk to 6 idlers. Uneasy herald, front clustered like guards round despot. Bulbs buzzed wasps pre-sting. Grateful turnout this vital huddle. Karen boomed, throne settling. Key matters on upgrades, adherence. Murmur thunder pre-deluge. Emily Hayes rose first, 72 sig oppose Karen bully. Teacher tone sliced strained scalpel sharp. MS. Blackwell, this calls your quit for power abuse. Uneven, bias versus earners. Room clapped gunfire off walls. Tom followed timeline read, making Karen hue cycle neon. Hits on lone moms, seniors. Unfit menaced, diverse owner hounds. Tom declared cams catching squirm. Not upgrade. Purge masters manage. Karen shell, cracked pressure slab. Baseless agitator spin to gut valid panel. Mr. Rivera crew disrupts progress to elite. Gestured me like decline blame. If back this chaos, harsher law forced. Mrs. Ellis rose shaky, voice quake hushing all. You unfit bid me for garden mismatch. Homesteel threat, cause old, different. Tears carving cheeks. This land of free, can't rob, cause unlike. Room supportive blast while Karen allies table crawl craved. Then I rose, case gripped. Podium paced like death sentence bearer. Hush cathedral deep as I unpacked. Docs shifting all. Premas Blackwall seizure threats. I boomed room filling. Key deed fact. Builder covenant projected. Collective gasp as jargon screened. Per records, charter, my lot org builder veto from hood start. Each shift, levy, call needs my okay. Quiet pin drop, Vince audible. Karen drained white pipe burst. Fast. Doc's fake, she hissed crack-voiced. Lie to sway hood. But Laura podium bound with county stamps, opinions court solid. Ms. Blackwell, I relished her melt. As builder, void all edicts. Tickets invalid, seizures trash. Room rig blast erupted, cheers, while Karen froze disbelief. But world wreck incomplete. Plus, boot panel for fund mess, power abuse, right stomps. Laura passed Chris analysis $52,000 steal. Dues self-use criminal scam, cops probe due. Officer Ramirez advanced as Karen fled, heels retreat echo. Ma'am, stay? Detective Johnson queries fund. Oddities. Crowd stun hush as Karen realm vaporized sundew legal. Fallout swift as dawn post endless dark. 48 hours, Karen charged embezzle, shakedown try, trust abuse, mug news framed XHOA. Despot fraud nabbed. Shot face card shark napkins realization. DA piled conspiracy, writes hits post Tom Vidmine. Hood shift quick as Somerset. Snap vote that eve, Emily Hayes chair unanimous. With diverse earners grasping include thrives, not exclude. First move, refund all pilfered, $28,000 back to terrorized kin. Mrs. Ellis tiered refund. Instant garden bloom, every shade Karen banned. Insurer, Chris proof-faced, settled demo swift. Fees covered, harass comps. Karen frozen assets hood heal years. Elite deal card house collapsed post-fraud partner buzz. My firm boomed referrals from. Thankful locals, regionals tracking tail via press, social. Mixer rumbles victory tune, not persecute marks, but tough pride badges. 4 near-lost pads hired major works, turning targets to boosters. Irony mix thick. Heal via bonds unexpected, soul-mending hood. Tom and I linked on snaps, builds, joint projects kin uniting like firm mix. Emily monthly feasts, cuisine sense replacing. Feud stink, forging true ties from war zones. Even Susan public sorry, joined include drives, showing redeem save pure rot. Crown jewel, community champions fund for trade youth, from recovers. Gifts, honoring Mrs. Ellis tough, Tom pro brave, Emily lead, chances for clans Karen shunned. Debut award sharp young Latino in build tech. Grant felt Justice Foundation pour for futures. Yearly Unity Fest celebrated diverse win over bias. Trucks cuisine-lined lanes where Karen ruled grass. Kids frolic spots she shamed. Fest sense. Laughs eternal drown heel clacks. Mutter fears. Press, turned recover inspire for bully battling hoods. Karen's fallout snowballed karma interest. Feds chased rights for system bias. License yanked ethics probe. Civils locked decades payout duty. Her seized pad hood irony peak. She homesteel try, lost own to twisted system. 2 years on, driveway coffee, watching tykes safe in once fierce streets. My 4 rig shine persevere monuments, Mrs. Ellis waves from Rebel Garden. Dawn air mulch, brew over lavender, despair. Hood inclusive dream Karen try crush. Bottom, everyday folk topple mighty oppress united, smart fight. Survived HOA hell? Share below, your saga might spark next justice. Tale fired? Sub for more HOA tales, bullies meet ends. Thanks time on HOA sagas, where tyrants get checked. Enjoyed. Like, fave part comment. Sub for next clash alert. But now, after all that dust has settled and justice has poured its final layer, I have to ask you, where do we draw the line between rightful payback and crossing into vengeance that's too dark, too personal? Is it always black and white when fighting back against someone who's wielded power so unjustly, stripping away not just homes, but the very sense of family and belonging? Or does the pursuit of fairness sometimes blur our own moral edges in the heat of the battle?